All right, folks, welcome back to WKRD Radio. I'm Brandon, and with me, as always, is the one and only deckhand Steve. Today, we're going to tell you our little adventure we had last Tuesday. It was, well, nerve-wracking. Steve, you ready for this? Because, I gotta say, today's story to share is a little out there, even for us.
Brandon, I was born ready, but I did not sign up to chase dragons, man. Especially not Peety. That dragon gives me the chills. You know, I still remember the first time I saw him, thought I was seeing things. But no, it was Peety, big as life, and twice as hungry.
Yeah, and speaking of hungry, did you see Mr. Wassler's face when he caught Peety staring through his office window? I mean, Peety was just drooling all over the glass, eyes locked on the boss's sandwich. I swear, if dragons could talk, he'd be asking for extra mayo.
I don't blame Peety. Boss's lunch always smells better than the stuff we get in the break room, but Brandon, you know what gets me? Why does a dragon even want a sandwich? Shouldn't he be out chasing, I don't know, goats or something?
Maybe he's just got refined taste, Steve. Or maybe he's just bored. Either way, Mr. Wassler was not amused. He basically threw the giant leash at us and said, "Go get your dragon." Like it's just another Tuesday.
Yeah, easy for him to say. He's not the one who's got to get close to Peety. I'll be honest, Brandon, dragons and I, we don't mix. Last time I got near Peety, he sneezed and nearly set my boots on fire. I still got the scorch marks to prove it.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. You jumped so high, I thought you were going to hit the ceiling. But hey, at least you didn't drop your radio. Priorities, right?
Always. But let's be real, Brandon. If Peety gets any ideas about my lunch, I'm out. I'll take my chances with gold diggers you-know-what before I mess with a hungry dragon again.
So, after Mr. Wassler's little pep talk, if you can call it that, we start searching the station. I'm checking under desks, behind the vending machine, even in the supply closet. No sign of Peety. Steve, you were outside, right?
Yeah, I checked the loading dock, the dumpster, even the roof, nothing. I was starting to think Peety just vanished. But then we hear all this noise coming from down the street, in town, the historic town of Roaring Spring, and I'm thinking, please let it be anything but the dragon. If Peety would crash a historic town, Gold Digger would need 1,000,000 treasure maps to pay for it.
But, of course, it's Peety. We find him at Ariana's house, just playing catch with her neighbors. Like, not a care in the world. He's tossing the ball back with his tail, everyone's laughing, and I'm just standing there thinking, how do you even approach a dragon who's having the time of his life?
You don't. That's the problem. I mean, you try to put a leash on a dragon and suddenly you're the bad guy. Peety sees that leash and he's gone, darting around, hiding behind Ariana's garden gnome. I swear, that dragon is smarter than half the crew.
Honestly, it reminded me of trying to leash my cat. You ever try that, Steve? It's like you show them the leash and suddenly they're Olympic sprinters. I mean, my cat once hid in the laundry basket for 3 hours just to avoid a walk. Peety's got the same energy, just, with more fire.
I don't mess with cats, Brandon, or dragons, or anything with claws, really. But you're right, Peety was not having it. Every time we got close, he'd wiggle away or flap his wings or just give us that look. You know the one, like, nice try, humans.
Yeah, and Ariana's neighbors are just watching like, is this normal for you guys? I wanted to say yes, but honestly, even for us, this was a new level of chaos.
So after about 20 failed attempts, we finally stop and think. Maybe we're going about this all wrong. I mean, you can't just chase a dragon and expect him to cooperate. We needed a plan, something creative, something less likely to get us roasted.
Right, so we start brainstorming. I'm like, what if we make it a game? Peety loves games, right? So we turn the leash into a giant jump rope, and suddenly he's interested. He starts hopping over it, tail wagging, and before we know it, he's tangled up just enough for us to slip the leash on. Teamwork, man. Who knew?
I'll admit, Brandon, I didn't think it would work. But you were right. Sometimes you gotta meet the dragon where he's at, and not get burned in the process. We finally got Peety leashed and walking him back to the station. Well, let's just say it was a sight. People were staring, but hey, job done.
And it kind of reminded me of what we talked about in the last episode, how music brings people together. Well, today, it was teamwork. Whether it's wrangling a dragon or just getting through a tough day, you can't do it alone, even if your teammate is a little scared of fire-breathing reptiles.
Hey, I'm not ashamed. I survived Peety and I still got my eyebrows. That's a win in my book. And you know, the Gold Diggers crew, they're a wild bunch. But when it comes down to it, we all pull together. That's what makes this place work.
Absolutely. All right, folks, that's all the dragon wrangling we've got for today. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride. We'll be back with more adventures, more chaos, and probably more dragons. Steve, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone, and remember, if you see a dragon near your lunch, call someone else, preferably not me.
See you next time on WKRD Radio. Stay tacky, folks.